I was thinking lately because I had a little interesting observation interaction. Now, I could be making more out of something that isn't really a thing, but I think I'm on the right track. So, the other day, I stumbled across a pretty impressive, inspiring, motivational vlog thing. And, I watched it, I checked it out, I was really inspired by it, I left a comment. And I noticed, I don't really check these type of things really normally. But when I went back to check the video and just, I think I missed something in the video, I went to double check something, note something down. I read through the comments and I realized that the person who uploaded the video had hearted and replied back to the other comments that are on there. And there weren't that many comments on the video. Maybe there was 3 in total, including mine. So this person hearted and commented and replied back to the 2 other people who left a comment, but didn't do anything on mine. And they replied back the same time that I posted my comment. So clearly they saw my comment but didn't want to heart or reply. So I sat there thinking to myself, hold on, do I know this person? Or have they maybe seen something that I've said or heard something I've said and just not liked the cut of my jib, which is probably likely because I do talk a lot of crap. I do talk, too much on the internet. I'm a professional yapper, for lack of a better term. And, I don't filter my opinions for the most part. So I'd imagine it was probably something I said. But I was wondering to myself, isn't that like an interesting phenomenon? Like, imagine there's people out there in the world that you don't know. You have no idea who they are, but then you stumble across their content or you stumble across their profile, you show some love, but they are horrified when they get a notification and see it's you. On your side, you're just like, oh, I just like what I see. I'm leaving the comments for the algorithm, help somebody out. Content creator to content creator, solidarity, black person to black person. But then you quickly realize that maybe that person didn't receive your compliment in the way that you wanted it to be received. Maybe your compliment reminded them of how much they dislike you and your opinions. Or they just don't like the cut of your jib, which is perfectly okay. But it also made me think, in general, about people who go out of their way to check who follows them and doesn't follow them. I don't know why that connected with me. Because for the longest time, and I'm still have this stance to this day, I don't really agree with or see any utility in blocking people, personally. I think it's a little bit of a weak move. But I think it's mostly comes from my weird aversion to to make changes to my life to ensure that I don't dabble in things I shouldn't dabble in. Like, for instance, I'm a believer that you should be able to, if you decide to be sober, to go to a bar and have a good time. I don't believe in the idea of like, oh, you just can't, if you're sober, you just can never go to a club, you can never go to a bar. Now, I know it doesn't make any sense really, because if you're an alcoholic, you should definitely stay away from those places. But I believe you should have a level of self-control. So if you follow somebody that you don't like anymore, just don't check their profile. It's not that difficult. You don't need to go out of your way to block them. It just seems a bit weird, right? Just don't check their profile. I personally kind of subscribe to the methodology or idea of, like, especially my close friends, I try not to look at people's stories and that too much anyway. And I don't really check my feed that much, to be honest. But the main reason why I don't do that is because I don't want to like see people's updates, their life updates via social media. Although most of the time it's helpful because some people that I know, I haven't seen them in years. So sometimes when you go on Instagram, the algorithm can sometimes work really well because when you open the app, the first picture you see is one of your best friends or one of your close friends from back in the day has got married or has recently had a kid or has just got a new pet or got a promotion. That's quite handy to be like, oh my God, that's cool. You would have never found out otherwise. But I also do love the spontaneity of bumping into somebody in real life and then allowing them to kind of give you a little lowdown on what's been going on for the past 6 months or so without you being, oh yeah, I saw it on social media. Oh yeah, I saw you post on Instagram. It just takes away from the organic real life interactions. So I try not to do that. But I think that kind of relates to the not blocking thing. It's just not that deep, It really isn't that deep. Because I know some people do it because they just don't want to see things. It's probably different for women, to be honest, because women probably get harassed more on social media than men, especially if you're attractive, or guys just want to fuck you in general. You probably get a lot of unsolicited emails and texts and whatever else. So you probably do need to do that sort of thing. But it just made me laugh when I saw this video. I went through the comments. I was like, "Rah, Ted, man, this person probably doesn't like me." And I left him a proper glowing comment, yeah, a proper like, you know, suck up, lick ass sort of comment, and they completely ignored it. You know what I mean? Which is, you know, it is what it is. But it just made me laugh because I was thinking, in like a different world, you know, if I was a different person, or if I was like everybody else, you'd be like, "Oh my god, fuck them." You delete the comment, you unsubscribe and shit. But it's like, no, it's not that deep. I don't really care. And I understand, you know, I would hate me too. I'm not gonna lie. If I was looking from the outside in and I didn't know who I was, I would hate me too, you know? I'm always fucking talking. I'm always sharing my unsolicited opinions. I sometimes ramble. I sometimes have strong opinions on things that don't really make any sense. I can sometimes try to make sense out of the senseless. I sometimes try to defend the undefendable, you know? I get it. I get it. I get it. I would definitely hate me too, especially if I saw sometimes where my hair sits with my headphones. My glasses, my face, my teeth, my chin. I get it. I'm easily hateable. So big up everybody out there that hates the kid. Big up everyone out there that hates the kid. And by kid, I mean me, okay? I mean me. Anyway, continuing on.